So, as you know, I received the heart connection at the end of last week, and I started wearing it, and of course, it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. And I love wearing beautiful jewelry and something that has a meaning. I'm 100% sold. And the first thing that I noticed was that just wearing it, I was just aware of what it is to be in the space of the heart. So I would sometimes find myself putting my hand there and just connecting into the heart. And the first couple of days, I just had a couple of great days. So I'm thinking, well, it's probably my heart connection. I'm centered, I'm feeling good. But then this weekend, I had a specific test, and I want to tell you what happened. So a few months ago, Jim and I, in the area of bookkeeping, and as you know with couples, money, you can sometimes get into it around money issues. And we had an issue about how we were going to handle something in our books. And I felt we should go one way and follow one set of actions, and he felt we should follow another. And he insisted that we went his way, and of course, I knew I was right. So I said to him, honey, if we do it that way, you need to know that it's not going to work out. It's going to cost us a lot more in terms of time and money. And he said, no, I'm right. We're doing it my way. I said, okay, fine. Flash forward a few months later, here we are, and it's the final bookkeeping that you have to do for all of your employees with your 1099s. And there are some mistakes that we're now having to do at the last minute. And I am totally wired, of course. I know everything that I've said I had predicted is now playing out. So I'm in that state of mind where I'm like, see, I told you. And everything in me wants to say that. But I notice that I start connecting at the heart level. So the first thing I find myself doing is touching this. And I take a deep breath and I recognize that I sense my higher power sort of connecting me and saying, don't go into that old way of being. And the phrase comes into my head, and it's a phrase that always has meaning for me. And it's a phrase that Joe Dunning said to me in a class, and it's, be kind, be loving, be gentle. And it just pops into my head after I put my hand on the heart connection. And I have that moment to make the choice. Am I going to be righteous and say, I told you so, look at what you've done, look at what it's costing us in the way of time and energy and money? And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. So I just rolled up my sleeves, sat down, and for 5 hours we sorted through everything, and I just helped him do it, and I said, let's deal with it. Don't get upset, let's just do it. We did it. It took the best part of the day. Now, we finish it, everything is okay, and at the end of the day, Jim comes up to me and he says, honey, I want to thank you. You know, you didn't react like you usually would in that situation. And I really appreciate it. And I appreciate the fact that you helped me, because I know I was in the wrong. And I know that everything you said turned out. But I really appreciated the fact that you didn't say it. And it didn't make me feel worse. And we had such a beautiful coming together. And I really feel that having this just connects you all the time, connects you to that wonderful divine source, and taps you into your heart and love and just having the space for each other. So I'm so grateful. I think it is a really powerful, powerful tool. I'm thrilled to have it, and I'm really thrilled to be able to share it with other people. And by the way, what a great Valentine's Day gift. I said to Jim, this is the perfect Valentine's Day gift. And you know, by the way, Valentine's Day is my birthday. So it's like fabulous. It's the best gift that I can give to anybody else. And I can also say, for someone who is a Valentine's baby, if you really want to give a gift of love to someone you love, it's actually a way of giving a gift of love to yourself, because it'll impact the way they respond to you and treat you, and vice versa.
Thank you, Adley. That is, we love hearing these stories because it proves to us that what we already know is that we're here, we're people of such, we all have so much goodness and compassion in our hearts. And sometimes the way that our character, our ego, our personality wants to drive other things and make sure that, we can get our point across and be right. And it takes us away from the connections of who we truly are. And that is the nature and the beauty of the Heart Companion, that it helps you stay centered, not in just the good moments. The challenging moments are when it really is proof that this is working. When what you did, when you could step aside and listen to your internal voice, and come back with your actions so that you truly are showing your love and compassion for your partner and for yourself. That's what we all want. To stop and take a breath and put your hand on your Heart Companion, break the old pattern, and just show up with the beauty of who you are. And you are a love child.
This is such a profound learning that you're going through, because think if you had reacted the old way, it only would have promoted more suffering on both of your parts. And one of the most profound things for human beings to discover is that understanding, deeply understanding another and what they're going through, or anything on this planet, allows you to alleviate suffering, because all suffering comes from just not knowing the depth of what's going on. So what a profound first step, and each weekend's going to become more and more profound for you. I'm excited.
So am I.